my bird.
No.
Because no good story ever started with a glass of milk.
That's right.
And welcome back to the Retro Review. I am the Bearded Geek, joined by Mikey the Freak
What's up?
and Steve. Who's frozen? He's frozen, everybody.
There he is. He's back. He's frozen. He's back. He's frozen.
He's back. He's frozen. He's back. What's going on
No, I don't think he's
with
frozen.
Steve? I don't know.
I don't know.
All right. Maybe he'll be unfrozen by the time we get to the trailer.
Right?
All right. Well, before we get started into Clockwork Orange, we're going to check out that trailer.
Yes,
let's.
let's.
Oh, all right. Clockwork Orange.
This is so hard to get through. That's definitely unwearable. Is this the original trailer?
I think so.
Wow, I can see how they would be like, what?
I typed in original theatrical trailer, and this is what we get.
That was so funny, them riding the high-speed car. Shitty graphics in the background.
Oh, God, yes. All right, well, that kind of
weird.
That kind of matches the actual movie.
The type of movie it was. Holy shit.
Yeah,
there he is.
There he is.
He's back.
Hey, just in time. So, Steve, why don't you tell us a little bit more about this movie?
Oh, boy. 1971, with a running time of 2 hours and 16 minutes. In the future, a sadistic gang leader is imprisoned and volunteers for a conduct aversion experiment, but it doesn't go as planned. Directed by Stanley Kubrick, written by Stanley Kubrick and Anthony Burgess.
All right. So what did you think on rewatch?
Well, my wife did not very much enjoy the film, so we stopped watching it about 25, 30 minutes in. We stopped watching it right after the first, I guess you'd call it the first rape scene, because the first girl doesn't get raped.
The one with the red outfit?
The red, Singing in the Rain. We stopped right after Singing in the Rain.
I got you.
I got you. So up until that point, how did you enjoy it?
Boy, this I remember enjoying this movie a lot more when I was younger. I don't know whether it's just the times that we're now living in, or whether it's me with a more developed brain, having more compassion, more empathy. I'd rather watch this than Hollow Man. I'll just say I'd rather watch A Clockwork Orange than Hollow Man.
All right, that's pretty fair. How about you, Mikey the Freak? What did you think about this movie on rewatch?
Wow. Just fucking wow. Well, I haven't seen this movie probably at least 20 years, I think. And I was a huge Malcolm McDowell fan. I have some of his movies that I'm going to talk about later. But he did some strange movies in the 70s. Very far-fetched, futuristic time, olden times. It's been all over the place. But I don't know if it was a movie that I definitely wouldn't rewatch again. But I do remember it being more entertaining 20 years ago than it was now. And I think Steven did hit the nail on the head about it could be the times we're living in. because I would think back then, you would show rape on television, and of course, rape on a movie isn't still. It's not. Rape is rape, right? But I don't know if it was more accepted
Boys and
because that
girls,
was
rape is wrong. Just so
rape.
you
Rape,
know.
rape is wrong. Yes,
No
Drive
means
safe, don't
no.
rape.
no
Yeah.
means no. But I don't know. It wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't accepted. But I think it was just because it was a movie, and it was the early '70s. I think they just wanted to show about
They were
what.
depicting a dystopian time, I believe.
Yeah, in this gang, basically, Stanley Kubrick showed that this gang led by Malcolm McDowell, Alex DeLarge, could pretty much do whatever they wanted to. They like ran that whole section, so they would steal, they would rape, they beat the shit out of people for whatever they felt like. They didn't care until he gets, he kills that one woman that he tries to break in to her house, and then that's where he goes to jail, and that's where it starts with the scientific experiment because he doesn't want to be in prison anymore. It's definitely an interesting movie, but yeah, it's hard to follow. A lot of questions. You're gonna have a lot of questions about
which
the
we
movie.
which we are not going to be able to answer.
No.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
it's very difficult to answer. But yeah, I didn't enjoy it the second time, or at least now, compared to what I did in the past. I really
And
did.
then we raped the horses and rode away
Rolled off
on
on the women.
the women.
I don't get that line, but okay.
It's from Three Amigos.
Oh yeah, yeah. 3 minutes. I'm sorry.
It's when Chevy Chase is
I,
talking
I
about Guapo.
I was stuck. I was stuck on Clockwork Orange. My bad. Yeah,
They're like, I didn't rape horses.
yeah. I'm like, what the hell? So this was my first time actually seeing this movie, and I
Oh wow.
still didn't make it all the way through this movie. I think I made it past the rape scene where Steve made it, but I made it to the three-way. But it was like Mike said, it was so disjointed, so
Yeah, but that's
lots of
Stanley Kubrick. You have to understand that's
Yeah,
Kubrick.
that's Kubrick. And what's
and
funny? Let's talk about the three-way real quick. This is what I thought was funny. And you guys, if you watch the movie, that'll be fun. So they finish. One finishes, puts their clothes on, gets ready, gets dressed, and then he walks back, gets her clothes off again. They do it again. The other one gets ready, puts all their clothes on, and then he goes back to her. She takes her clothes all off again. Like, why are they getting dressed?
Okay, so I
Oh, that's
don't
funny.
I don't want to think I don't want to assume anything, but
Uh-huh.
right.
I'm assuming that you've never had a threesome.
You don't get fully dressed.
I mean,
Nope.
what kind of, it depends on the role play you're doing. I mean, I'm
It
just not.
depends. It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Sometimes they wake up in the morning and then you're like, hey, bag it. But I digress. I'm going to drink some water.
It, it just everything to that point I could not. I followed it, but it was just I didn't enjoy it. I just did not enjoy what I watched. I didn't enjoy it. So, yeah, I that was my first impression of this movie. So I'm just going to move on from there because I didn't watch the whole entire movie, so I don't have a whole lot of input on this. But I tried. I
Unfortunately,
tried
I
to watch
did.
it.
Thank you
Yeah,
guys. I
I tried.
appreciate that.
I tried to watch it. So we're going to go ahead and move on to ratings. Steve, what would you rate this movie?
Uh, I'm going to rate it for every proverbial like let's say 10 minutes is a star. I'm going to say I made it maybe 25 minutes, so I'm going to give it 2.5.
2.5.
But that's only because I wasn't able to. If I had been able to sit through the whole thing, maybe you'd get a 4 or 5. No, it's about a 2.5 right now because
No.
I can't really comment. I wish I had done the due diligence of really trying to watch the movie. I'm a big Kubrick fan, obviously.
Right.
So
2.5. How about you, Mikey the Freak?
I'm in the middle. I think it's a 5. I do think it's a solid movie for Stanley Kubrick. I do understand what Alex DeLarge went through with the experiments and how it tried to change him for the good, and get away from that violent nature that he was because he was so extremist on the other side. And it kind of worked. till the very end, where he just made the decision he wanted to do what he wanted to do. And it, yeah, I mean, I don't recommend it unless you're a Malcolm McDowell fan or a Kubrick fan. You could watch it once if you've never seen it before and have your own opinion.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. But yeah, it's a five. It's a solid five.
I would
Okay.
definitely say this is one of those. These are one of those movies that you could watch once in your life, and you don't necessarily have to watch it again.
Right.
I'd
No.
say that's with a lot of Kubrick movies. You can just watch it once, with the exception of The Shining.
Yeah.
You can watch it once, and you're pretty much good.
I can see the cult following that this film would have it because it is a very weird movie. It is very
I think they
graphic.
were a gang. I think they were a gang, not a cult. But I digress.
No, the following, the cult following of it. I can
Yeah.
see the cosplay too because it is a pretty cool. The white with the black top hat, black shoes.
That is a cool
The
cosplay. I do like the look of that, but yeah,
yeah.
I'm kind of with Steve. I'm gonna give it a 3 though. I'm gonna give it a half a point for all the boobs that are in it. Give it the
Half a
boob bump.
point
Well,
for
you
every
made it
boob.
30 minutes. See, you
6
made it
boob
30
bumps.
minutes. You made it
Yeah.
30 minutes, so that's 3 stars.
There you go. And you know, got to give it a little boob bump because there was titties throughout this entire movie. I ain't gonna lie.
Titties and vagina everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. So boobs all
So much
around.
wool
So
you could knit a sweater.
I'll drink to that.
oh, all right. So that is what I have. Now for some fun facts, I guess, for this movie. The doctor standing over Alex as he is being forced to watch violent films was a real doctor, ensuring that Malcolm McDowell's eyes didn't dry up. So there's a
That's
fact.
Stanley Kubrick doing some good due diligence. Jesus Christ, I can't talk.
Words are hard, buddy. Words are hard. Stanley Kubrick's first cut, before hiring several assistant editors, ran for almost 4 hours. I could not see myself sitting 4 hours for this freaking movie. I didn't make it 30 minutes. So
But if it was broken into 4 episodes on Netflix, you'd watch that shit in one sitting.
No,
maybe.
I don't think
Maybe.
I don't think you'd make it there.
No. Stanley Kubrick had his assistant destroy all unused footage. So those are the fun facts I had.
Stanley
for that
Kubrick
movie.
is such a fucking weirdo that he does shit like that, and it just
Yeah.
I really would have liked to, and I'm going to go a little off topic here, but the last thing that Stanley Kubrick was directing before he died was actually AI, like the movie that Steven Spielberg ended up directing. Stanley
Okay.
Kubrick was working on. Like, Stanley Kubrick died making Eyes Wide Shut, but he was also working on AI, which really, it would have been such a different film, such a different perspective of AI if we had had Stanley Kubrick over Steven Spielberg. Like, you're
You
like
think?
that's apples to oranges. That's Pink Floyd to Led Zeppelin. Like, oh, sorry, I digress. Please continue.
No. I like it. But what do we have for a soundtrack for this
Oh,
movie?
well, fuck me if there was one thing that I forgot to look up. I do the due diligence of getting the actual movie taken care of, but then I forget the actual soundtrack of what I am supposed to be doing on the thing as I slowly,
You're stalling.
You're stalling, I get it.
Stall tactics.
for what it is. Let's call it for what it is. Yeah. It's stalling.
Quit stalling, fat boy. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah. That's great.
Sorry,
And
coming
with
to
that,
America.
the track listing is track 1, title music from A Clockwork Orange. 2, The Thieving Magpie. 3, theme from A Clockwork Orange, Beethovenia. 4, Ninth Symphony, second movement. 5, March from A Clockwork Orange. 6, William Overture, side 2. 7, Pomp and Circumstance, March number 1. 8, Pomp and Circumstance, March number 5. No, sorry, 4. It's Roman numerals. 9, Time Steps. 10, Overture to the Sun. 11, I want to marry a lighthouse keeper.
What?
11, William Tell
What?
Overture abridged. 13,
Jesus.
Suicide Sejar, or I can't read the word. 14, Ninth Symphony, fourth movement, and 15, Singing in the Rain, recording taken from the soundtrack of the 1952 film.
Very cool, very cool. There's your soundtrack, ladies and gentlemen. What do we have
Weird.
for related reels?
Oh Lord. His dad, so was played by Philip Stone. He was also in The Shining. Shut up. He was in he was in the Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom. He was also in Flash Gordon.
Oh,
So that was pretty interesting. Philip Stone. And then Adrian Corey, which played Miss Alexander, was in Doctor Zhivago. She was in Revenge of the Pink Panther. She was in an episode of Doctor Who. And then Malcolm McDowell. So time after
stop it,
time.
Steve.
Yeah, I'm gonna be fucking done with this. I'm gonna go off on y'all's ass. So time after time, Halloween, Franklin and Bash, Heroes, and another weird one for Caligula.
Why not
Here's in
Tank Girl?
What?
Why not Tank Girl?
Nobody likes Tank Girl.
I like Tank
I
Girl.
love Tank
Well,
Girl.
you're like two people that like fucking Tank Girl.
How do you not
That's
like
fair.
Ice-T?
I don't like any of it.
Lori Petty?
No.
All right, as we come to a close, Steve, where can people find you on your podcast?
That's the last podcast you'd want. I was expecting it to pop up by fucking Mikey said. I'm not gonna lie. That's my show. Tip the veal. Try the staff. Thank you all for coming. Give it in by like next time.
All right, make sure, if you like what we do here, make sure you do all the YouTuber things. Give us a good old thumb and hit that like and subscribe. Check out the Mod Squad Network. That is the sister channel to Back to the Retro Review, where we have a movie show, a horror show, a gamer show, a conversation show, and we go live every Saturday night with a giveaway. All right, that does it for this episode of Back to the Retro Review. So for Mikey the Freak and Steve, I am the Bearded Geek saying, if I don't see you again, thank you for being a friend.
See ya.
Adios.